Droids, the Caddymundi Coneheads, the Jawa Scavengers, whatever you might be. After nearly 4-5 years of asking, a topic I get so blue in the face to talk about, we are finally starting to get meaningful changes to the gear grind in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Gary, tell them to give him a round of applause. Carbantes and stun guns, oh my gosh, finally being updated inside of the daily challenges. But with that, we got the perhaps what is going to be the catch to all these new changes to gear grinding, and that is Relic 9. It's finally here, and this might be a bit controversial. It's going to be tied to Territory Wars, and this is going to cause some pretty massive shakeups for guilds out there. When we see new raids happening that have exclusive relics in gear, some big shifts happen, and Territory War updates are extremely overdue. I think not much has changed in Territory Wars since the dawn of its concept. What, 2018, 2017? Some GP changes happening, and Relic 9 will be tied in today. You know what? We're going to talk about Relic 9 secondly. I want to get straight to the gear changes. Hold off on Relic 9. I know it's a little scary right now, but here we go. The multi-phase gear update, the most important thing that every person needs to know about. It is time we talk about the gear in Galaxy of Heroes. My gosh, I just don't know how many videos, how many times I gotta talk and respond to comments and agree with people about this. Today we are announcing a series of changes coming to gear over the next several months. It's gonna be a several month thing. I mean, okay, at least it's starting to happen, that are aimed at accomplishing the following goals. Allow newer players to progress faster. I mean, I'll tell you this, it is an absolute pain when you're farming and gearing stuff up, and the character shards have been great. We've been knocking out 7-star characters without batting an eye, but the gear is absolutely absurd. The stun cuffs, the stun guns, the Carbantes, you just need tons and tons and tons of them. And this is gear from 2015 and 16 that we have yet to fix the problem. Well, it seems like this is meant to start getting us past this issue here. Also, to accelerate all players' abilities to unlock and engage with relics and ease the older gear hurdles, but still keep it valuable. A lot of ambiguity. Yes, Gary. Yes. I don't know. Can you not spell the word ambiguity? What am I even reading into your teleprompter? All right, we're going to completely ignore your teleprompter because you can't do basic 101 grammar. Okay, anyway, it's all right, Gary. I'm in a pretty decent mood right now. Gear is a system that is at the core of Galaxy Heroes and requires a multi-phase approach that builds up over time in order to respect the existing progress in gear players have earned since the launch of the game. As gear is interwoven into almost every aspect of the game, this approach will allow us to account for knock-on effects, a weird way of putting it, and have confidence in each phase. As each phase rolls out, we want to ensure that all players experience real change in their gear flow, while also ensuring newer players experience a greater impact given they face the largest climb. Earlier phases are a bit more focused on newer players, but again, everyone will benefit. The TLDR being gear isn't going away, but everyone should steadily receive more stun guns, Carbantes, etc. I mean, it only took us 5-6 years, but hey, we are finally here, everybody, especially now that there's more of a focus on relics, moving up to Relic 9. I mean, I think we can get over gear that you invented back in 2015. I don't think that's something that drastic or crazy to ask about. So let's talk about phase 1, which is not going to be in today's update. The following outlines phase 1 of the changes. We will be announcing more details regarding future phases as they are closer to release. Again, the plan is to release these changes over the next few months, barring any major bugs or issues. So here we go. Phase 1, which will take place not in today's update, sometime later. Daily challenges, changes. Salvage Mark 5 stun guns, Mark 8 biotech implants, the golden eyeballs, the Mark 3 stun cuffs, the Mark 5 droid collars, which are extremely important for getting from gear 12 to gear 13 on those finishers, added to the daily challenges. Oh my gosh. I mean, I want to be a lot more excited, but this is just basic stuff that should have been done maybe 2 years ago when Relics was first brought into Galaxy of Heroes here. Anyways, moving on, more core gear added to the shard shop, which is all right. I mean, I use the shard shop is very important for free-to-play players, new players alike. If you're not looking for gear, you're missing out on lots of gear like the stun guns that were already in there in the past, but now they're adding more stuff, and this slot will be available every refresh, adding in a new dedicated slot in the shard shop that only provides core gear, so hopefully minimizing the randomness of other stuff that you're not going to need. Territory prizes expanded via today's update, which we'll be going over that in a moment here. Relic, my gosh. All right, well, let's focus on what we have here. As mentioned above, territory prizes have been updated to award additional gear for all divisions equal to victory and death. Core gear, divisions 8+ between that 6 million plus threshold. Victory only. Relic 1 through 7 materials, which is great as well. It is difficult getting those relics going if you're a new player, free-to-play player. Not impossible, of course, but a very grindy thing. And then arrow magnifiers, important for the relic gates, which will be available division 16+. The divisions are going to be a little bit weird. It's kind of the opposite of Grand Arena, where Grand Arena Division 1 is the highest division you could possibly be in. Division 11 is the lowest, or 12, whatever it is. But in the Territory Wars, the bigger the number, the higher the division is, which, okay, it's going to cause a little confusion. Increased quantity of all gear from the daily quest, which is all right. Approximately double drop rate of gear on PvE nodes with character shards. So it's not all nodes, just nodes with character shards. And I think we fell a little bit short here. Now, first thing to note, this isn't double drop, so you get 2 for 1. They're just increase the drop. I believe the drop rate's, let's say 33, 40%. They're going to up it, so it's like somewhere 66, 80% of some sort. So it's not guaranteed drops, and it's not 2 for 1 special drops. It's only increased drop rates for nodes that have character shards. And apparently this is intended to increase the amount of gear earned while farming characters, which is cool. But I think we're being a little stingy here. Why can't we just increase the drop rate across all nodes that are purple gear, gold gear, not just the character nodes? Falling a bit short. I mean, it's great news what we're getting so far, but I think we're being a little stingy. Maybe down the road, different phase, it'll end up showing up, but nonetheless, great seeing they're making some changes in regards to that. But they're also going to be doing some catch-ups for newer and mid-level players as well. The Territory Battle prize changes, gear rewards from event stars below max will be increased. Max rewards will stay unchanged, and this decreases the difference between the top and bottom gear prizes. Target at mid players who are competing in territory battles but are unable to reach the top prize. Other prizes are going to remain the same, and then Galactic Challenge is getting a little bit of a change, similar to territory battles. Prizes, boxes below the max reward will be increased in order to boost rewards for newer and mid-level players. I know we're focused on Genos' Territories, but this is going to be huge. For guilds that just can't really get into GOT because they're still a bit new to the game, good to hear. And the max rewards will remain approximately the same, but the ramp-up of rewards through those max rewards will be less steep. And the Phase 1 update represents a starting point to begin addressing many of your core concerns around gear. The October road ahead, we'll discuss Phase 1 in more detail, so stay tuned for that, and we will be announcing the next phase in the near future. Good stuff. I mean, really the best thing, in my opinion, here is the daily challenges changes. That is severely overdue. It's one of those things where I want to be a bit more positive and like pat him on the back, but this is, again, something that should have been done a long time ago. It's like you tell your, I don't know, you tell your son or daughter or your brother or sister, hey, clean up your room, and they did it 10 months later. It's like, well, it's great you got around to it, but it should have been done way back when. So I'm not going to congratulate you on the fact you finally got around to it 10 months later, in this situation, 5 or 4 years later. So great to see. I definitely think there's a missed opportunity with not just doubling the drop rates for all nodes out there, and maybe it's coming in the future with these chests that you're getting when you do territories, whatever, galactic challenges, conquest. I wish when they give you the chest, you can pick what gear you need out of the chest instead of getting a random disbursement. I think that's going to be the best way to really target growth for gear that people need, and not just praying to RNGs hoping you get what you need in the end. Great stuff right there, but let's talk about that Gungan in the room, Relic 9, and Territory Wars. Now, I am a little bit bummed. It's great seeing they're at least making Territory Wars more up the standards with the amount of defenses. First things first, right now, I'm in a very elite guild, one of the top guilds, top 5 guilds, maybe even top 3 guilds in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Right now, even some guild leaders are feeling a little bit burned. Conquest has taken a lot. The changes, the great nerf of 2021 happening, a lot of stuff that's burning guilds out there, and a lot of guild leadership members are stepping down, getting away from this. Territory Wars, they're making divisions more expanded, and the higher division you are, the more defense you're gonna need to place, and as a result, the more offense you're gonna need, and what that means is a lot more time and effort that guild leaders are gonna have to put into this, and I don't know if this is what we needed right now. The other thing I'm bummed about is I wish they kind of took Territory Wars and made it into a grand arena tournament thing where your guild can, as a collective, try to achieve Kyber. I think that would have been a genius idea, but nonetheless, let's see what we have here. Territory War changes. Today's update brings a host of changes to Territory Wars. The main objective is to provide better and more competitive experience in Territory Wars. So basically like the expanded divisions inside of Grand Arena coming to Territory Wars. It's been a while since we updated Territory War divisions, and it's getting a bit crowded at the top end of the divisions. As we release more and more ways to increase your GP, we have expanded upper divisions with 8 new divisions to account for growing GP of guilds. These higher divisions will require more total defense and have several new rewards. So we're not seeing exactly how many defense we got to place, but as you see here, we're getting Division 23 to Division 1. And again, Division 1's the lowest, unlike Grand Arena. Division 23 is going to be the highest. So to put it in perspective, for example, my guild that I'm in, I think we are way past 380 million GP. Let's take a little quick look, shall we? Yeah, we are at 435. So we are going to be in Division 23, as you see over there. Bring it back over, and here's what we got here. Here's the rewards. You got your raid gearbox, which every single division will end up getting one. You got your core gearbox, which only Division 8 and above will get. And then Relic 1 through 7s, you're going to be getting that if you're in looks like Division 13 and above. Arrow magnifiers, only coming in from Division 16 and above. But do note is that the higher you go, the more arrow magnifiers you're going to get, which makes sense. Usually people in the higher divisions out there have a greater, more on-demand need for Relic gates. And then the new cookie on the block, Relic 9, which allegedly back there in the road ahead in July, they said it's really going to benefit tanks the most. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but there we go. Division 23 getting the most Relic 9s possible, and Division 19 is that cutoff to start getting Relic 9s. Let's take a look at the reward changes. In addition to the previous rewards, the new upper divisions have added rewards that emphasize winning. The new top divisions can earn additional box of gears and relic chests with relics 1 through 7 materials, arrow magnifiers, and the new Relic 9 being called Droid Brains. And we kind of understand the matchmaking, why they're making these changes. We'll go ahead and read it. So for those that are listening like a podcast, you hear everything that's going on here. With the greater incentive placed on victory, it is important that we address matchmaking and assure guilds are paired against fair opponents. There's been a lot of controversy with territory matchmaking. I've seen some really whacked out matchmaking. It is long overdue for change. We'll have to wait and see how this matchmaking works out. Like Grand Arena, post Grand Arena changes, some people are still being matched up against Galactic Legends when they have absolutely none. Today's update reworks the matchmaking system and Territory Wars to more accurately calculate the amount of power a guild is bringing to the holotable. Our goal with these changes is to create a more fair and balanced experience long term. This system better accounts for guilds that bring a smaller number of powerful players. Additionally, the system takes loss streaks into account during matchmaking, so this is kind of a skill-based matchmaking happening, possibly for the first time, where as you're losing more, I'm not sure if it's going to calculate if you're winning more. You get paired up against more tougher opponents. I'm assuming there's a degree of that. But with this, it's kind of the inverse. If you're losing more, it's going to kind of take that into consideration. Additionally, the system takes loss streaks into account during matchmaking. You might also notice cross-divisional matchups can now occur to help smooth the transition between divisions. And while these changes are intended to have immediate effects, we expect this to be a starting point for a greater ability to fine-tune the system in the future. And we will be monitoring the impact of these changes very closely, and we'll likely make adjustments in the future. Again, it's good seeing they're updating it. I think it's a lot of extra work on top of the conquest grind now for guilds out there. We'll have to wait and see. Let the guild leaders see how they feel about this. I don't envy guild leaders. A lot of work goes into it. It's almost like a second part-time job managing a guild out there, it seems like. I kind of wish, though, they really added a Grand Arena thing. I believe Marvel Strike Force, their Alliance Wars, they kind of have, division rankings, trying to get to Kyber, trying to be one of the top guilds out there, and you get, special titles and stuff like that. We don't quite have that yet. So it's still a very bare bones vanilla Territory Wars experience. And finally, I want to save the worst for last. Relic 9, which is exclusive to Territory Wars. As we mentioned above, Relic 9 is coming to Galaxy of Heroes later today. Relic 9 will require 2 new materials to craft: the Droid Brains and the Gurjar keypads. Droid Brains will be exclusively available in the Territories for now, and the Gurjar keypads can be crafted by the Jawa scavenger from existing gear. So basically, like impulse detectors can be crafted by the Jawa. However, the arrow magnifier is only exclusive to the challenge rank or to conquest, and now through Territory Wars as well. As part of these changes, we are also expanding the ability for players to get Relic Gate materials, as well as a series of upcoming changes, as we talked about already, with lower relics and gear. We are adjusting the Relic Gate rewards in the challenge here of the pit to provide more guild members with an increased supply of arrow magnifiers. Thank you. Definitely more of a flattening happening here. So here we go. Old arrow magnifiers amount, they're kind of just basically making it more equal across the board. So I think if you regularly get top end ranks, you're not going to be a fan of this. As you see, we're going from 11 to 7 for rank number 1. And as you see, it's pretty much those top ranks are getting diminished in the top 10 slot. The benefit is if you're one that only gets maybe rank 11 to rank 50, that is when your rewards are going to increase. And if you're in the bottom 9 ranks, then you're basically not getting the same. So for the most part, if you're actively participating, chances are you and your guild are going to get the same amount of arrow magnifiers. And the main benefit of this is reduces friction. A lot of people get irritated when they don't get number 1 slot or top 10, and sometimes calls inter-guild friction. And at the end of the day, you want to work with your guild, not work against your guild. So you guys can be the judge of that. I definitely can understand people being a little irked. If you were always getting top 10, you're getting less relics, arrow magnifiers. Now more than ever, but they're increasing in other game modes out there. So maybe it's a wash. We have to wait and see. The release of Relic 9 opens up a great opportunity to talk about gear and some big changes coming in the future, which we talked about with this multi-phase with the gear changes. Good stuff. How would I rank it? I'd maybe rank this B minus news. I think they're making good progress. I think they fell short. We have to wait for the next phases. Territory is cool. They're making some changes. Nothing that's going to make it more exciting, in my opinion. Just a lot more work going into it. And Relic 9, no one really wanted new Relic tiers, but it's here. Exclusive territories. And I think that's going to maybe cause some guilds to have to, again, move around, merge, kick inactive people off for those that want to stay serious in Galaxy or so. Not the best day of the Galaxy. Not the worst. Progress happening. But we have to wait what the future has in store. So stay tuned. Relic 9 coming around the corner. We're going to keep our eyes peeled here in the video gaming division and let you guys know what this Relic 9 is looking like. I don't know if they're going to release packs. We might have to wait a little bit for a couple territories to start making some progress. But stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date. Like, comment down below on all your thoughts. And be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing, because let me tell you, dang, it's great to be in the Empire today.